Today we're going to talk about how to leverage paid ads to scale your marketing. Let's go over some of the benefits of paid advertising. There's a number of different reasons why companies should be doing paid advertising, but some of the critical ones that you should understand are speed, the ability to be super targeted with your ads, utilizing AI technology that Google and other platforms have, and it's also the easiest way to find your CPA. If you don't know what CPA is, it means cost per acquisition. And it's the number one thing that a marketing company should help you do. So let's kind of talk about what is the difference between a marketing approach that uses paid ads and then uses other approaches such as SEO. So SEO is a really strong way of generating leads and nurturing leads, for your ultimate goal of converting leads through your website. But there's some challenges with SEO. Some of the obvious ones are that it takes about 90 days to 120 days to rank for low competition keywords. It can take anywhere between half a year to a year for highly competitive keywords, and you're not even guaranteed to rank. The positives on the side of SEO are the reality that, every time that you invest in SEO and invest in keywords, it's sort of like an annuity. And what happens is it sort of compounds on each other. And that's a really great thing, because what happens over time, you're able to get more and more domain authority, you're able to rank faster, and you're able to get better results. But some of the hard parts about SEO is that you're not guaranteed to rank. There's a lot of factors based upon how well is your website built. Are you getting backlinks? Are you developing really great content? SEO is very complicated. So a lot of companies are going to really try to say, I'm going to cut my losses on SEO and I'm just going to do paid ads. The challenge you have with paid ads is that it's about 99% more expensive on average. We say 99%, it's just extremely expensive compared to SEO, but the speed is there, and so sometimes it's worth it. The other challenge you have with paid ads is the ability to say, hey, I am going to look at the way advertising is going to affect my business, but once I've reached my maximum budget, my ads come down, and so basically what happens is that your ads disappear and you become invisible. So you have to weigh that factor. You have to factor that in. Okay, so let's talk about how long is it going to start. If you started to apply paid ads, how long until you start to see results? Okay, so when you're starting to look at SEO, it usually takes us, or a marketing company, some time to develop your content, to tighten up everything, and then what you're going to do is you're going to start to see results at the 3 to 6 month mark, sometimes even as early as 4 months, like you can see in this chart. Now, if you use paid advertising, obviously you can get your results, that hockey stick shaped curve, significantly faster, but it is more expensive. Specifically more expensive if you're doing SEO and paid ads at the same time. So one of the things that we try to do is we do encourage our clients to use both approaches, but we have two different options. One is from an SEO perspective, as our SEO increases and we're starting to optimize and get on the first page of Google for the same keywords we're buying our paid ads for, we can reduce our ad budget. Or we can do a pivot approach, which means as we start to get our keywords on the first page of Google, and we're winning in SEO for the same keywords, rather than doing SEO for basically doing SEO and getting on the first page of Google for one set of keywords and also paying for those same keywords, now you're on the first page of Google, and what you're going to do is you're going to move your paid ad, your paid ad approach away from those keywords to other keywords that you might not have had the budget for. All right, so we're going to increase the SEO, and then we're going to pivot our ads to other keywords. Now let's talk about some of the types of ads that we want to use. So when we start to talk about ads, what I want to start to do is start to say, hey, if I'm going to use paid ads, what are the different approaches that I'm going to be able to use to get in front of my clients? The first approach is through search ads. Okay, with search ads, you're able to reach customers who are interested in your products and services with text-based ads. They're going to look as if they're search results. In fact, Google's starting to get better and better to cloak their results to almost look like you can't tell the difference between an ad and something that's not an ad. The next approach is display ads. This is how you reach customers who are interested in your products and services with more banner ads. And when I say banner ads, essentially what happens is that as your potential clients are basically living their daily life, they're searching the web, they're doing normal things, what happens here is we're able to target them, and your banner ads, or basically graphic display ads, are going to show up kind of in their world, all right? It's kind of a form of interruption marketing. Now, you're only paying when they click on it, so that's one of the advantages of this type of approach. The next thing I want to do is I want to talk about responsive ads. What's really great about responsive ads is that you're able to maximize the power of Google's AI technology. Now, let me kind of explain what that means in a very simplified way. Imagine there's a big bucket, and we're going to basically put in all of the pictures about your products and services. and then we're going to put in your taglines and your headlines. What Google does is it makes a number of different ads in a number of different formats and a number of different sizes, and it puts it all throughout the web in a way that's targeted to your clients. What it's going to also do is it's going to say this ad worked better than this ad, and this ad worked better than this ad, and over time you're going to know what ads work for what platforms and at what times, and it basically gives you a whole outreach approach that you didn't really have to do. It uses their AI technology. The next thing I want to do is I want to talk to you about video ads. Video ads are going to work a lot like display ads, but what's great about video ads is that it allows you and your company to humanize yourself and create a better, more engaging message to your potential clients. Now, these ads are going to go all throughout the Google network, very similar to display ads, but you're only really going to pay for when they're clicked. But you are going to get useful analytics about how far they went in that journey and who that potential audience is. Video ads are probably one of the number one things that we help our clients do because we get the most result. It's basically the biggest bang for the buck. And then obviously we have retargeting ads. When you go to Amazon and you see a pair of shoes and then those shoes follow you all throughout your life, maybe for the next 60 or 90 days, that's the power of retargeting. And so that's what we want to do is we want to be able to help you reach your customers that if they came to your website, your ads are going to follow them around for as long as you see fit. It allows you to keep them top of mind without nagging them and calling them. You can do that in a variety of different formats, and you can even do it in video format in YouTube and in other platforms. Have you ever been to YouTube and you're trying to look for that video and then there's that ad that comes up and you're kind of dying to press the skip button? We coach our clients on how to create really great ads there so people don't want to click the skip button. And then finally, we have geotargeting. Geotargeting is a technology that says, we want to advertise to specific people in a very targeted environment. What I mean by that is that, let's say hypothetically, there's a conference that you couldn't afford to go to or to advertise to. What you're able to do is you're able to literally put a circle around that stadium or that conference center, and your ads are going to basically display to everybody who's at that conference. All right, it allows you to be very geo-specific on where you advertise. So we have a client that tries to advertise in the baseball industry, and so what we do is that we geo-targeted the Coopertown Hall of Fame for baseball, and then we also advertised to all the hotels of where people might be staying if they visited Coopertown. So there's a lot of things that you're going to have to think about when you think about paid ads. You're going to have to think about, is this the right approach for me? Do I have enough budget to compete with my competitors? And if I am going to get into paid ads, am I going to do that at the expense of SEO or am I going to couple it with SEO? If I do couple it with SEO, what is my approach going to be? As SEO improves, am I going to decrease my ad budget? Or as my SEO increases, I'm going to pivot my keywords. And then finally, what formats do I want to show my ads in? Text-based, display or banner ads, video-based, or do I want to use the power of geotargeting and AI technology? There's a lot to figure out, and it's kind of not for the weak of heart. And so what I want to do is I want to encourage you to reach out to us and see if we can help you make those decisions together. If you have any questions about paid advertising or any of the things that we discussed in this video, please feel free to reach out to us. We look forward to serving you.